Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nekwe Obasoge, reporting from Toronto, Canada. We are broadcasting live right now. In the studio, I have Dr. Chidi Iwayawo, also residing here in Toronto, Canada. We are here to discuss about what is going on in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, was arrested a few days ago. So Dr. Chidi is with me in the studio to discuss about why Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. What are the reactions of many Igbos across the globe? Hello, Dr. Chidi. Thanks for joining us on the program today.
Thank you, Nekwe. Let me quickly correct. My surname is Wanyanwu.
Wanyanwu.
But I forgive you. It's okay. It's Wanyanwu.
You know, I don't know how to pronounce native names.
No, that's why it's okay. It's
so
okay.
Igbo people always tease me out. They said, there was one video I did about the Biafra war, and the Igbo people in the video, I was just pronouncing their names wrongly. Oh, Igbo people will come, they will tease me. Say, where are you from? Are you even in Nigerian? What is it?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just teasing you too. It's okay.
Yeah. So Nnamdi Kanu was arrested a few days ago. And what are the reactions of the Igbos right now? Do you think this quest for secession or for Biafra land has been defeated?
Well, Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and abducted a few days ago, and the struggle for Biafra's independence by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been dented in any way. And okay, you asked about the reactions of Igbo people all over the world. It's basically, is majorly the same thing. Okay, of course there are so many divided opinions. The people who don't believe in the struggle are jumping up and saying, "Oh, thank goodness they finally caught Mazi Nnamdi Kanu." But when you ask them how catching Nnamdi Kanu helps them in any way, they can't offer any explanations. But they're just happy because they don't like him. But on the other hand, the people who believe in the struggle, the people who understand what the struggle is all about, are just telling the federal government of Nigeria that they must obey the rule of law. That's what they've always asked. They must allow justice to reign. They must make sure, because we're all intelligent people, we are law-abiding people, we are not a pushover, so we are watching everything cautiously. We are not arguing that you cannot bring us to court, but we are saying you must do it justly, you must do it legally. That is what we're asking for. That is our major reaction. I will talk about other things as we go along.
Okay. So do you think majority of Igbos are supporting this Nnamdi Kanu, his movement?
You know, let me correct one impression here. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just one man who came and rekindled the quest for Biafra's independence. You rekindle something that existed. It existed long before he was born, and it never died. It was just there. The issue was not treated. It's just like when you're trying to treat a cancer and you're just playing. You're playing with drugs. You don't want to deal with it. When you don't deal with it, it will keep coming. It will keep coming out until it finally kills you. So the Nigerian government has made the Biafra struggle a cancer unto itself. So it just resurfaced, and if they want to deal with it, if you don't want cancer to kill you, then you begin to treat it, you begin to address it. But since they don't want to address it, it will definitely kill them. So in answer to your question, a lot of Igbo people, a lot of Biafrans, who, by the way, don't have to be members of IPOB organization. Now, let me explain this. There is IPOB organization, and there is, by extension of where you were born and who you are, every Igbo man is an indigenous person of Biafra. Whether they belong to the organization called IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra Organization, or not. So we all believe in that struggle. And there is a reason for that struggle, which maybe we'll talk about later in your show. It is the reason for the struggle that makes us all believe in that struggle. 90-something% of us. People don't have to, a lot of people don't like, there are plenty of people who don't like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Agreed. There are so many organizations who are fighting for Biafra, but make no mistake about it. Majority of the people are attracted, sympathetic, believe in the struggle for the independence of Biafra.
Okay. When he was arrested, I heard that some people were saying on social media that some Igbo people are even jubilating that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. So I was having that misfeeling that what is going on here? Nnamdi Kanu supposed to be the leader, or he is still the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. How come some Igbos are jubilating over his arrest in Nigeria?
How come Judas took money to betray Jesus Christ? How come Jesus Christ was arrested? How did he? So that's just the answer to your question. How come you, Nekpe, you have enemies amongst your family? Does everybody in your father's family love you?
No, not everybody.
So until you answer that question, it will be difficult for me to answer why some people hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There will always be haters. In fact, if you are doing anything in life, if you're progressing in life and there is no opposition, there is nobody hating you, then it means what you're doing is not making impact. Because immediately what you're doing begins to make impact, people will begin to hate you who do not like the impact that you're making. So that is why they don't like Nnamdi Kanu. But I can also break it down and bring it down to reality, the things that people can relate with. They don't like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they're obviously enjoying some benefits from the government in power. They are obviously people who have sold their souls to money, and they are willing to betray their brothers and sisters because of the money they collect, because of their political affiliation, just because of what they are gaining. Because you cannot tell me, in fact, somebody wrote an article, it was Chidi. It's been like this, but he wrote an article and he says that all Nigerians have become Biafrans. Why? Because the same thing that Biafrans and IPOB have been crying about since today, everybody's crying about it in Nigeria. So if everybody's crying about it in Nigeria and some Igbo man is there jumping up that the person who started talking about it is being kidnapped and abducted by the government, he is the one that has a problem, not us.
Okay, but some people were also complaining about Nnamdi Kanu being too aggressive in his quest for secession in Nigeria, that he's promoting hate messages on social media using his radio, Biafra radio, something like that. He said, because I've not been following him like that.
Sure, sure, sure,
Only
sure.
when he came to Toronto the other time when we covered the event. So it was the first time that really I met with Nnamdi Kanu. But according to what people are complaining about him, said fine, it's good that the Igbo people, the Biafrans, they are requesting for secession in Nigeria. However, that Nnamdi Kanu is too violent in his quest for secession, that is using hate messages, Biafrans, and in that case, is also inciting violence in Nigeria that led to the death. That is what Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, said, that it led to the death of some persons in the country.
You're right. You're right. They are very, very correct. They are very, very, very correct. And I'm glad he did that, actually. I'm glad that his speeches awakened people to violence. I'm so glad. Let me tell you why. Because you cannot be sleeping. People were sleeping. And while they were sleeping, Fulani headsmen came and slaughtered them. While my people in Enugu State were sleeping in Okpabinimbo, Fulani headsmen came to their villages, burned their villages. They used knife to tear the stomach of pregnant women and brought out their unborn children and cut them up to pieces, and they did videos of it. While we were sleeping, they went in and they raped our sisters. While we were sleeping, they put their cows inside our farms and they ate up our crops. And they threatened that if our fathers came to the farms, they would kill them. And they did a lot of atrocities. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and he was like, what are you guys doing? Are you just going to sit down and watch this happen? And the more he talked, the more he preached, the more we woke up. And then he started being very, very harsh to Yoruba people. And he said, Yoruba people are cowards. Yoruba people, in fact, you see, the mistake you made is, like you say, you were not listening to him. If you were listening to him, you will understand what I'm telling you. So Yoruba people stopped their ears. He was so aggressive. Even me, I will say, Mazi, tone down now. He said, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Today, we will see, you know what they say, the end justifies the means. The fact that everybody woke up, let me tell you something. When you are sleeping and I say, Nekpe, you're still snoring. Nekpe, Nekpe, Nekpe. Oh, they will carry water and pour on you, then you just wake up.
Yes.
That is what happened with Mazi Nnamdi. So, but you see, somebody by the side can also look at me that poured water on you to wake you up and say, Chidi, you're very mean. This young lady is sleeping. You went and you woke her. Don't you know that she will just wake up startled? And all of that. But at the end of the day, the reason I poured water on you is to tell you that
to wake you up. Yeah.
There is a house, your next door neighbor, the house is burning. You will die, Nekpe. That's why I'm waking you up. So now, guess what you have done? When you're telling the story of how you saved your house, you say, go and thank Dr. Chidi. If not that Dr. Chidi poured, in fact, even if it was a hot knife that he used to wake me up, I will be grateful to him. Because the thing that would have happened to you if I didn't wake you up is more than how I woke you up.
But do you think this Biafra land will be actualized under the auspices of a northern leader? Right now, that the northerners are ruling Nigeria. We can't deny that. They are ruling Nigeria. So under the auspices of a northern leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, do you think this dream for Biafra land will be actualized?
Before I answer your question, I didn't finish answering the other one. So when you say that he was saying hate speech, he was making hate speeches, and those hate speeches resulted in violence. They chose to call it violence. It resulted in self-defense. When somebody comes to my house and shoots my kid, one of my kids, shoots them down, comes after, I have 6 children, you kill one, you come after the other 5. and I find a knife, an AK-47 in my house, I will so kill you. That is what has happened. So if that killing you because you killed one of my children is violence, by all means, I am guilty as charged. That is the violence that they said that Nnamdi Kanu push people into. And when you talk about hate speech, you know, if you want to study hate speech, go to people like Muhammadu Buhari, who claims to be the president of a country. But the same you that is the president of a country will say, how do people expect you to treat a certain group? Not that it was something that somebody said on your behalf. He said, no, I cannot treat them well. They didn't give me vote. He said it. And then the latest one, we're talking about old edition. The latest edition is that he will deal with them. He will speak to them in a language that they understand. What hate speech is more than that? If your father tells you that, will you say your father loves you? Now, you talk about achieving.
During the election period, he made a comment that anyone that is found snatching ballot boxes should, be killed. That is what I would say. Yeah, that's what a president, when we have the justice system in Nigeria, anybody caught snatching ballot boxes should be killed.
Let's not even go into hate speech because that's another topic for another day. They always come and you beat somebody, then you come and say that the person beat you. You understand? So that's that we know who they are. No, so that's not an issue. And when you talk about whether do I think it will be actualized in the time of more, it's not even a matter of whether. It is a matter of when. So whether it happens now, whether it happens tomorrow, the struggle continues. We will keep pushing, but dully it will come to pass. Whether it is now, whether it is after him, or one day it will come to pass sooner than you think.
But Dr. Chidi, I did the documentary of the history of Biafra. So Ojukwu made a statement before he passed away that he don't think that any war is necessary. So don't you think that this quest for secession will result in war in Nigeria, just like what happened years ago?
I'm confused. Did we ask for, is anybody asking you for war now? Is any Biafran?
No, I'm just saying potential war because it happened before. That is what I'm just saying.
It's not my business. So it's not my business to know what will happen when my enemy is finding trouble and I am protecting myself or fighting back. Why should I be bothered? I don't know what will come out. All I know is that you are marginalizing me. You are maltreating me. I keep quiet. You are attacking me. And I resort to self-defense. Whatever results out of the self-defense, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. But I cannot, there's an Igbo proverb that says, Ade Jimbabu Galogo. What it means is that you do not, because of death, become afraid to go to war. No, you don't. You already know what will happen. So you do not begin to fear that, oh my God, this guy has a knife. What if he stabs me? What if he breaks my head? No. When you see someone attacking your children, you go after that person. You don't care whether the knife was, that's what a father does. When the guy is charging my family with a gun, somebody says, Chidi, hold on. No. Don't you think that this defense will result in a big fight between you and the man? I don't know. All I know is I see danger coming to my people and I have to defend my people by all means necessary. If it results in a war, I don't know. Anyone will continue.
That is what many people are afraid of. in Nigeria that
So
because of the war that, let me just quickly
because
finish this.
go ahead, sir.
Because of the war that happened during the time of Ojukwu, many people are afraid that they don't want second war in Nigeria. This Biafra movement, we don't want it to result in war, another war in Nigeria. Given what happened to the Igbos, millions of Igbos died during the war. So war is ugly and it's expensive. So we are afraid. That is what people, I'm just quoting what some people are saying about the Biafra movement. People will always say that, you understand, because of our past experience in Nigeria.
I have a question for you, Nekwe. Do you, how do I want to put it now? Do you use the expressway? Do you use the highway?
Yes.
Have you seen any accident on the highway?
I've seen.
Why do you still drive? Why do you still drive on the highway even with accidents? Okay, number one. You go to Nigeria. Do you use bus to go from Canada to Nigeria?
No.
Do you use bicycle?
No.
You use plane?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen any plane crash?
Always.
Why do you still enter the plane?
Dr. Chidi, I understand you clearly. I understand you. You
So
know that what I just quoted is what people are saying in the session of average Nigerian who are not from the Biafra land.
I'm asking, the thing is, people ask a question, but when you begin to give them the answer, unless you don't want me to answer, you ask why. You said people are afraid. Of course, people are afraid of a plane crashing, but why do you still enter a plane? Because that is the solution to you traveling to Nigeria. There is a cost. You need to travel to Nigeria. You have looked at every other means of getting to Nigeria. You think if you start with a car, you cannot reach Nigeria, you will get to Nigeria. You can also go to Nigeria through ship. But why do you choose a plane? Because you know that is the best solution for you. So the question is not whether you are afraid that there might be another war, but that this is what we're doing right now. Is that we have just, what have we asked for? We just asked for equal rights. We just asked for justice. Okay, if somebody is in a marriage that they did not even ask for in the first place, and they tell you, you are a social worker, Nekpe. You did counseling. You know how the system works. If you were to counsel a woman who is in a marriage that is not working and abusive, what will you advise this woman? Will you tell the woman, I know they're beating you. I know this man rapes you. I know this man has inflicted injuries on you, but I'm afraid that this divorce that you're thinking of doing will bring about a lot of suffering for you. You will not be in the man's house again. You have to be on the street. You have to get a job. So based on all of this, I'm advising you not to. Is that what you will tell the woman, Nekwe?
Dr. Chidi,
thank you for that sigh.
I get you. I'm here standing in the shoes of some Nigerians, what they are saying. You understand? That is what the question I'm bringing up.
That's why I'm asking you the question. I know I'm not asking you the question as Nekwe Obasogi. I'm asking you the question because you are standing in the shoe. So that when I ask you, go and ask the people that are standing in their shoe.
Dr. Chidi, one other thing that people were concerned about, you know that I'm from Edo State as well.
Yeah.
The Biafran, the Nnamdi Kanu or the Biafra movement, they draw their map up to Edo State. You know, when Nnamdi Kanu came here, was it not 2 years ago in 2019? There was an Igbo guy who asked him about this idea of drawing the Biafra map up to Edo State. Because some Biafrans disagreed with this type of map. So what is your take on it?
See, my take on this map issue is this, and I have even said it before. We don't have to I'm talking about the Igbo man now. The Igbo man does not have to, pull everybody in. What the Igbo man does, and sometimes it gets him into trouble, is playing the big brother. It's this big brother thing that gets us into trouble. Look, if every other person around says they are not facing any marginalization from the Nigerian government, fine, so be it. Let the Igbo states or whoever agrees just come together and do what they're doing. This thing has been going on for a very long time. Everybody has been complaining, including Edo people. So when somebody rises up and he says, you see this region, you see this area, you see this area, you see all this area, they are the people who have been suffering this whole thing.
No, that is not what he said, Dr. Chidi.
I'm coming. Okay, let me learn. Let me learn. Somebody says that, you see this area, you see this Biafra area, this is the area that, in my own opinion, is the area of Biafra that has been suffering. And the person includes Edo and other places, rivers, cross river, and all of that in the map of, this is his suggestion. This is somebody's dream that this is the Biafra. These are the people who, it's just a suggestion. Let another person come with their own suggestion. You don't have to take it.
Okay.
Somebody, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we all complain. Look, Nekpe, honestly.
Suggestion, if it's a suggestion, okay, fine. But, I think...
No. See, Nekpe, let me tell you, people like to dwell on frivolities. You have not gotten Biafra. Somebody look, if you come to me right now and you say, okay, when you invited me to this program, you sent me a note, like a request, and you gave me a suggestion of what was your intention, right? I looked at it. And then I agreed. I could have as well disagreed. In fact, you gave me some time slots. And I said, no, I don't like this time, and then we agreed. But you had to come up with a suggestion. Did you tell me, hey, Chidi, it must be this time? No. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up with a suggestion. What you expect people to do is to say, we don't want to belong. Fine. He's not going to tie a chain on you. He's not going to say you must. Even if he says you must, Nnamdi Kanu cannot do it. So people know this, but they are still busy. It's like when
Dr. Chidi, when you say Nnamdi Kanu cannot do it, which means what he's doing right now is movement, the Biafra movement. He cannot do it.
No. You can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nnamdi Kanu is saying, again, let me repeat. He is saying that based on history, based on experience, based on what ties people together, that these people are the people who look like they have common interests. They are good together as a nation. You're waving your head. It is your prerogative.
No, you know why I'm saying that, Dr. Chidi?
Yes.
When you look at the history of Nigeria, so people need to study. That is what I always tell people, to study history. You understand? Because I didn't go to school to study history, but I've been doing a lot of research about Nigerian history. Even my book I wrote will be out soon. It's based on Nigerian history during the prior to the colonial era. So I know the amalgamation of Nigeria, the Midwest, the Eastern region, everything. I know that history. There's nothing connecting the Eastern region with the Midwest, if we have to look at the history, how Nigeria was amalgamated. So Nnamdi Kanu drawing his map And that map up to Edo State was very provocative to many Edo people, even in Delta. We understand that there are some Igbo people in the Delta region, fine. But coming up to Benin, many people were not very happy with that map that Nnamdi Kanu proposed for the Biafra land. So we have to be realistic.
What is the, so hold on, Nekwe. You see, that's my problem. You see, that's my problem with people, okay? So somebody draws a map, provocative map, and that is what is eating people. And it's eating you so much so that you overlook the marginalization that your people are going through. You overlook, are there not Fulani people in your forest? Are you not suffering from what the Fulani cabals are doing? Okay, fine. You do not agree with the map. Why don't you come up with your own map? Why don't you start your own agitation?
No, you cannot force people to be agitating. If they don't want to agitate, you cannot provoke people to be agitating.
So when they provoke you now, they came to your place and they tied see, I don't want, you know me very well, it's the way I talk and the way I reason. But I don't want to be misunderstood. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what I'm trying to tell you, Nekwe, is that this thing you're saying should just be a statement that somebody should make, a statement of disagreement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you put those states in the Biafra map. I no agree. Finish. But what should concern us more, beyond whether they put you in the map or not, is that I'm not forcing you, my sister. I can't now. Like my neighbor, all my neighbors, all my friends. You think if danger comes to my house, I can only tell my neighbor that, hey, I think this thing when it comes is going to affect us. But guess who my primary concern is? It's my family now.
So you know,
so the thing there is this. Yes, somebody made a proposal. Nobody is forcing you to agree to that proposal. Nobody is saying that Edo people must be in Biafra. Fine. Say
Dr.
that
Chidi, Dr. Chidi, I don't want to cut you off. There's one critical question here. If, for instance, I'm a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, let's say I'm a leader of the Midwest region. So when I'm drawing my map or when I'm suggesting, I didn't call anybody from the Eastern region to join us with this, our map of, during this our quest for secession. If really Nnamdi Kanu did not do it a purpose, he would have consulted somebody from Edo State, from Delta, all of us coming together. Let's propose what we want for the indigenous people of Biafra. If you are willing, is your state willing to join us? Delta states, is your state willing to join us? It's supposed to be a suggestion between all the states before drawing map. You cannot just bring one map out that this is, it would have been.
I'm on your show and I try to respect you because I'm on your show. You said you don't listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you have forgotten why we came here. And if you want to go into that area, I will go into it with you. And that is the thing that I find unfortunate when we begin to talk about this thing. We get emotional and we lose focus. All this thing about, so it's because who told you that Nnamdi Kanu did not make consultations? Why? How would you say that? And yet you don't listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you listen to him, you will not be saying that, look, there is never a time. I have never seen any freedom fighter. I've never seen any leader. You here in Nekwe, when I was the president of the Nigerian Canadian Association, even when I carry everybody along, I still had opposition. So there will never be a time when the 100% of the people will come out and say, yes, we agree with you. You will have to put a suggestion forward. And he has not even gotten what he is fighting for. He will keep fighting for what he's fighting for. Some people will agree, some people will disagree. And then other people, I encourage other people, Edo people. So if you think you are marginalized, find your own solution, your own way. You don't have to belong with Nnamdi Kanu. Let me say it clearly. Nobody is saying that. So why is it a problem? You don't have to agree. You don't have to follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let him do what he's doing. So why is it? I don't know. Do you understand me? Why is somebody making it a problem when it's not a problem? Nnamdi Kanu, I ain't getting mouth. I ain't getting struggle. He's going out about it. Do you think somebody says, Chidi, you're from Ghana? If I think I'm not from Ghana, I will just say I'm not from Ghana. But I cannot go and be breaking my head because that person says I'm Ghanaian. Every day I wake up, I talk from morning till night. Chidi, what's your problem? Why did he open his mouth to say I'm Ghanaian? That's the problem. I'm trying to say that we have deeper issues. And if Edo people say they don't have any issue, it is not anybody's right also to go and tell them that you have an issue. I need you to understand that. We all respect ourselves. No problem. Let's just go on with our life. Igbo people say they have a problem. They are fighting for their own problem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up as IPOB leader with his own dream. This is his own dream of what he thinks is right. Will he be 100% correct? Time will tell. Remember, Nekpe, let me remind you that at the end of the day, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is right, if this is the best thing for Nigeria, if this is the best thing for Igbo people, it's only time will tell. Sometimes somebody has the best alternative, somebody has the best plan, but they don't succeed. Sometimes that thing that they plan does not come to fruition. Does it mean it was not the right thing? No. But in life, you must not stop. You must not stop because you are afraid that what you're doing may not succeed. That's not me. That's not the average Igbo man. The average Igbo man is bold. He is confident. He would take the greatest risk. If he fails, he fails.
We understand. We are not expecting him to be perfect. Nobody is perfect in this world. So people were only concerned about the map and how, when a leader speaks, all his followers will follow his footsteps. So when he made that statement that those state data, they all belongs to the Biafra land, all his followers as well believe that, Benin, I'm a social media person. I've seen so many comments on my social media handles, how the Biafrans are saying that those state data are all parts of Biafra land. They insult people on social media. They have insulted me so many times. So that one, I don't take it seriously. But what I'm concerned about is this idea of including Edo State as part of Biafra. And let me just quickly
No. But next time when you call me to your program, this will help you. You see what we're discussing here, and we're people who are bloggers out there. We do social media. If you call me next time, let the topic be about Igbo people and Edo people. You see, it's the big elephant in the room, and people don't like to discuss it. Next time when you call me, be bold enough and confident to face it directly. And you know me, I'm not afraid of controversies. I will talk about it. But you see, what the mistake you people make, Nekwe, and I'll tell you, the mistake you people make is that you don't confront it. It's there. It's disturbing you. It is the elephant. That is the main matter. But you don't want to talk about it. You hide behind. You complain. You say things about it. It affects your relationship with people, including me. But you don't want to face it. Now we come to your program to talk about Nnamdi Kanu's arrest and what the government is doing and everything. And we spend 90% of the time. Yes, I'm telling you, it will help you. It's better that let us confront it. You need to look at an Igbo man and tell the Igbo man what you don't like about him that he does. You can't go behind, honestly, because as the more you keep doing this, the more it will always be there. It will boil over sometimes. It will, in one area, you go, no, that's not what we mean. It will boil over at another time. In your private moments, you say, Igbo people. You came out here and you said, you don't listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you know all of these things. Listen.
No, I don't listen. I won't lie to you. If I'm listening to him, I don't have time. I'm always busy.
Let us. You and I go a long way. We busy.
Nnamdi Kanu, honestly, yes. To be honest, I have nothing against Nnamdi Kanu because I understand the situation of Nigeria. I understand the exclusion of the Igbo people. You understand? Not only Igbo are being excluded in Nigeria, visually everybody. You know, especially those who are in the south region of Nigeria, we are all experiencing the same problem, similar problem in the country. So I understand the pain. I understand the grievances. There was one day where I think it was a show with Austin where we were discussing about the Biafran people. You know what I said? I still have the video now. That Nigerian government, under the auspices of the northern leader, Muhammadu Buhari, supposed to apologize to the indigenous people of Biafra because of what happened during the war. So now that indigenous people, Nnamdi Kanu came out as the leader, agitating for secession, what a father of a country, president supposed to do is to dialogue with the indigenous people of Biafra because of what happened in the past. These people are carrying that pain in them because anytime you remember, that is what we call, you know, as a social worker, we call it intergenerational trauma. Even me, I wasn't born during the British Benin War, but today I still carry that intergenerational trauma, even though I didn't experience it. It's the same thing that the Igbos are experiencing whenever they remember what happened to their ancestors, their parents, their grandparents. They carry that intergenerational trauma with them. So I said that. I still have that video. I still have it here. Not that I'm not supporting the indigenous people of Biafra. What I'm concerned about is that some of his comments, his policies is a little bit causing some confusion. You understand? We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Edo, Delta, all those things are a little bit controversial. And even the day when he came to Toronto here, an Igbo person, because I was there, an Igbo person even confronted him and said, why are you adding this state to this Biafra map? So I'm just concerned about what people I'm saying.
What was his answer?
I forgot the answer that he gave the other day. He
so
gave
then don't talk about the question. Let me tell you something, Nekwe. Before he who goes to equity must go with clean hands, okay? If you're going to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the map that he drew, make sure that you also do a research and you see what are his reasons, so that when you begin to criticize it, you do research. In fact, I want to give you that as an assignment. Go and find out, why did this man draw this map? What was his thinking? Because every good lawyer or every person who is fighting for justice, you always look at an intention. What did somebody have in mind? Even when you're judging a criminal case, it's always about what was that person,
justifications.
What was his thinking? Sometimes when there's a murder case, when you look at that person's intention, you see that no, they were not intending to murder this person. Even though they kill somebody, they set the person free. But you see, sometimes somebody did not kill a person, but you see that all their planning was how to kill somebody, and they actually used the knife to try to kill them. You see that person found guilty and put to life imprisonment. Why? Because of their intention. So I will implore you to go back and seriously, with an open mind, look at why Nnamdi Kanu was doing what he is doing. Then when you finish that, you as a researcher, you research and you do your investigation, you may even be able to put out something that will say, no, my brother, you did this because of this. However, you are wrong because this one is not this, that one is not that. We may actually go and say, wow, look at the beautiful work that this lady has done. Because you see, when somebody has started something, is his intentions genuine, or is it because because people have also put that argument that Igbo people, they dominate. Igbo people want to take over. Igbo people want to annex other people's land. That is why they are drawing that map. So all those arguments are there, but the truth still remains. Why? And that's why I say it is this thing of playing big brother. You don't have to do it. Honestly speaking, Nekpe, you know very well that if you leave the 5 Igbo states, to take care of themselves without anybody else, you know they will succeed. They will succeed. Why do I know this? Because they have done it before. You gave them only 20 pounds, but they are all over the place like ants now. They succeeded, so they will still succeed. However, the Igbo people are in Delta. The Igbo people are in Edo. The Igbo people are in everywhere. So you will also have to figure out what to do to those other people. That's what people don't understand. So when I didn't want to go into it, but this is just a small, because I'm not trying to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but just to let you understand that there are people in Edo State who speak Igbo, who answer Igbo names, not the whole of Edo State. Do you understand me? So, but that's a story for another day. Because somebody is in Asaba, they are answering Chukwu Odioke Chukwu. Their villages are Igbo villages, Igbo names, everything. It's the same kind of food. Asaba, just because there's a river that separates you and that person. When you now say Igbo states and I say Delta, I say no, don't put Delta there. But then I'm asking you, how about Onichubo, Onitsha? How about Anioma? Does Anioma sound like English? Anioma is good land. It's the same meaning. It's the same thing. Okechukwu is Okechukwu everywhere. So how about, what do I do to that person? Then maybe let us go to Delta and carve out that Igbo area. That's what we're trying to say. But when we don't include Delta and we just say Enugu, Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, then what do we say to that person in Benue State? In Benue State, people speak Igbo after Obolafo. The only reason why they put them in Benue State is because Makurdi is closer to them than Enugu. And of course, the government knew what they were doing, but it's a story for another day. We can take that as a topic. You do your research and then come back. So that when we talk, we don't talk out of emotions and say what people say, what people think.
Dr. Chidi, as yes, I'm sitting here, when it comes to migration, we migrate all over the whole world. You understand? Yes. Like I'm a Benin person, I've been studying the Benin history. Yeah. We Benin kingdom stretched to Ghana. So I cannot sit down here today and saying that I want to draw Benin map. I want a session to Ghana. I cannot do that. What is Benin is only Edo State. That is where I can draw my map up to. So if we have to look at regions in Nigeria, we have that 4 regions: the Midwest, the Northern region. How many states are there under the Eastern region? So whenever the Biafrans are drawing their maps, it should be under that states, under the Eastern region. So when you draw your map outside that, it can be I'm just saying it. It can be controversial.
Next time, I've told you next time, when you invite me, make your topic very clear so that we'll discuss the topic. Because you see what has happened today is that
let's go to the next
be bold enough to face it. Let's not beat about the bush, and yet we
it's I'm just trying to
No,
clarify things, Dr. Chidi.
the issue,
You might think it's control. I'm asking you some tough questions, but
tough
it's not.
question. No, it's not tough. I'm answering you now. It's not tough, Neko. But I'm saying no. I'm saying that you came. No, what he has just showed you, because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. We see, we are human beings. When you touch us emotionally, we react. There's this thing about Edo people feeling that they don't like the map that Nnamdi Kanu drew of Biafra, and they included, and they have, don't get me wrong, they have 100%. I hope you understand me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and they have 100% right to reject it. Don't think that I'm saying, why are they complaining? No. They have a right to reject it. That's what I'm saying. You have a right to reject it. I also added to you that nobody put a knife to your neck and say you must accept it. This is what this young man came up with as his own solution. Other people can come out with their own solution. Edo people can come and say, we are not interested. One guy came to my show, Etai Kide. He's from, he's an Ibibio man. He said, we don't agree with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we have not been apologized to for the killings that happened during the war. That is his own prerogative. If we must talk about equity and justice, we must also allow people their own freedom of expression. And that includes somebody disagreeing with me. You have a right to disagree with my own opinion. But
Dr. Chidi, let's go to the next question about.
But make sure you come out with your own opinion when you disagree with my own. That's all.
I understand you. That one is over. Let's just move on to the major question of today. Okay. So the question is why the Nigerian government labeled the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a terrorist group organization. So someone sent me an article this morning. I'm going to read that article.
Okay.
Because when you look at it, the indigenous people of Biafra, they have the right to secession. Is that right supported or included in the Constitution of Nigeria? Because I've been asking this question over and over again.
Every time, we are not seceding. Every time people say secession, right to secession, you see,
it's not secession. It's not secession.
The government can brand you anything they like. You understand? Somebody can look at Chidi and call me a thief, call me an armed robber. You understand? Now, them by their mouth, people have called me all kind. If you have been in the position that I find myself, including you, Nekwe, when you go to when people come to you right now, I'm not seeing the comments because I'm a guest. I'm not seeing the comments. But if you go to the comments right now, some people will be calling you names. The people that don't like you, the ones that don't like me, will be calling me names. Does it make me what they say I am? No. So all this talk about it, we are just asking you to do a referendum. We are just saying that we entered into a marriage that we were not there. When you did the amalgamation that you talked about, we were not there. Who was the one who signed it on our behalf? Okay, the amalgamation, everything had a date. The Constitution had a date. That was the agreement. So whichever way you look at it from, if you look at it from the point of the agreement, it has expired now. So we are saying, let us review that our agreement.
Oh, okay. Dr. Chidi, this is not very clear to me. Do you mean that the Biafran people are not requesting for secession from Nigeria?
Look, it is the way you are branding it. We are requesting for, forget every other thing you call it. We are just requesting for a referendum to decide. To decide what we want. We never, when you are saying amalgamation, there was never a time that when the British people came and joined us together. You talked about history. Tell me, did you hear that Edo people came and Igbo people came and the TV people came and we all said, let us come together and become Nigeria? Did you find it in your history?
Yeah, that one, the British people, you know that because they colonized that region at that time, they did the amalgamation.
I just asked you a simple question. Did you ever find it in your history that all these
No,
people?
no, no, there is nothing.
Good. So since we never came together to be part of this amalgamation, we are just telling you that you did it when we didn't know anything.
Yes.
So now that we have become of age, the Bible says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child. But now that I'm a man, I see things differently. Your son, you're a big man now, he's no longer a kid. You know how I know when we used to come to NCA meeting, I'd be running around, I'd be telling, hey, sit here. My own kids will be running around, we'll be telling them, we'll give them iPad. You people go and play so you don't disturb our meeting. But today, he acts differently. He's grown up. Now, before you negotiate with him now, I don't think you tell him, my friend, go and see. You know what I'm saying? Look, you are a mother.
He said he's not coming with me to SCA anymore. He's a big boy. Now, unlike those days when I can grab him, then we'll go to SCA.
But you know very well that because you are a good mother, what you do is even when you want to tell him something now, you start negotiating. Because you treat him with respect. And when he says he doesn't want to do it, you respect his opinion. So what Biafran people are asking you, very simple. Please, we need to review that thing that ties all of us together. Give us a choice to say whether we want to continue or we don't want to continue. If you ask that question, and the majority of us say that they like that marriage, our guy is treating us very well. I know we are number 5th wife, but the man, they treat us well. Then we will stay in the marriage. But if majority of us say we don't do again, then you must let us be on our own. So when you say we are pulling out, where are we pulling out to go? Go where? We are in our place now. We're just saying, stop interfering in what we are. Allow us to do our own thing. So when you're saying this secession, it be like we are running away. We are moving to run away to some.
I thought it's secession. Honestly, I thought they
try to understand what I'm trying to say. That may be the English name you're giving. I'm trying to. We are talking the way, because even when they say that IPOB is a terrorist organization, are they a terrorist organization? They just say it to paint them in bad light. Is Fulani Herdsmen terrorist organization?
No, bandits. That's what I'm going to read. Now, let me read that. Let me read it. Okay. So someone sent me this article this morning saying that currently we have 2 sets of laws in Nigeria. Okay, we have the law of the North and the law of the South. In the North, terrorists are called bandits. Government negotiates with them and pay them huge amount of money for their terrorism. In the South, unarmed freedom fighters are called terrorists. Government arrests them and even kill them at will. In the North, police don't arrest criminals or extort motorists. In the South, police arrest innocent citizens and extort motorists. So that is what someone sent to me this morning. When you look at what is going on in Nigeria right now, the northern region of Nigeria, bandits and terrorist group Boko Haram are being compensated, while freedom fighters in the North are being arrested every day, even killed. Look at what happened during the NSAS protest. So if the indigenous people of Biafra are agitating for secession, I know that you said I should not use that word anymore. Anyway, I have no other language. So yeah, so they are being arrested. Even the Yoruba, the Ododuwa nation, according to what I saw a few days ago, that they have declared the leader, Sunday Igboho, by the Nigerian police have already declared him wanted in the country. So right now, the freedom fighters, those, look at what Shawara is experiencing in Nigeria as well. So those freedom fighters who are fighting peacefully in Nigeria are being arrested, even killed, while the real terrorists that are terrorizing all regions in the country are being compensated. The other day, the governor of Kaduna, Nasiru Arufai, came on a national TV saying that the federal government of Nigeria offered financial compensation for Fulani herdsmen, that he was even calling Fulani herdsmen from neighboring countries to come to Kaduna to take their financial compensation. So that is how Nigeria is being structured. That is the structure of Nigeria right now. So what?
But can you hear me? You can still see me, right?
Yes, I can see you better. It's like the network is having some issues.
Okay. I was trying to look at the word secession, and secession here just says stop mutually agreed to a cessation of fighting. It doesn't really. It says what is secession? It doesn't qualify. Secession is the fact or process of ending or being brought to an end. It may qualify, but it does not really. I'm trying to get back to you now. I don't even know how I got to where I am now. Wait, I will get back to you. Don't worry. Am I with you? Am I still with you?
I can hear you clearly. Yes, it's good. Now go ahead.
Good. Sorry about that. Anyways, these people, they are doing their own. See, we are in a. Let me even ask you a question. You live in Canada, I live in Canada. Do you know that all of these things that people talk about happens here in Canada? People don't know it. You know that on the 1st of July, just 3 days ago, was Canada's independence, right? Right? You follow the news. What did the government do? The government literally canceled every activity. They flew their flag in half-mast. Instead of red being the color, orange was the color. I don't know if you saw the protest that went on downtown. That's what's happening now. All the fireworks that the government normally did, they canceled it. Why? Because they discovered a grave, another unmarked grave that contained children.
Indigenous children.
Yes, indigenous people of Canada. Let's call them IPOC. Since people think it's only IPOB. You know about the indigenous people of Canada, the First Nations, because they discovered children who were killed so many years ago. The whole country stood at a standstill. The indigenous people of Canada have been asking for the government to apologize to them, to listen to their cries. Have they been labeled terrorists? No. The region of Quebec, Quebec did a referendum. You were here when they did a referendum. That was like 6 years or 7 years ago.
I know that history. Yeah, I know everything about that history.
They did a referendum. And they didn't get enough votes.
They did it twice. It was twice. The last one, it was just a slight difference to win, but they didn't.
Was anybody killed? Did the government do anything? They did. If they had succeeded, Quebec would be a different nation. But you know that even right now, anything you're doing in Canada, they will tell you if you live in the region of Quebec, they have a different constitution, a different way of doing things. So that is what is happening in Nigeria. The only reason why they are branding us terrorists is just because they are wicked. They don't want it to happen. Okay? So they have their excuses for doing what they're doing.
That's what I said earlier, that with this agitation from the Biafrans, we all understand. I understand. Like the example I gave you before, that I was born and raised in Benin Kingdom. I wasn't born when the British and the Benin war happened. However, I still carry that intergenerational trauma with me, because anytime I read about it, anytime people discuss about what the British people did to Benin Kingdom at that time, I always have that pain, that trauma in me. So the same thing that the Igbos are facing in the country, given that they are being excluded politically in the country and they are demanding for their rights. I understand everything. I understand their pain.
Can I tell you something that will help you? Can I tell you something that will help me and you? Do you know that the reaction of the Edo man or woman to somebody, including Edo in the map of Biafra, do you know that their reaction is directly still connected to all that trauma you're talking about? You have that hurt, that feeling that people came, they bastardized our place, they enslaved us, they took our Oba, they took our this thing. You're still not recovered from it. So when there is a semblance of somebody coming again, you're no way, not again. So that's why I say these are things that we have to front and be able to talk about it. Because when people say person with snake bites, they fear earthworm. So if anything looks like it again, they're like, no, not again. You want to fight? No, you don't want. No, nothing. I don't even come near me with that. I never finish the one that we've been fighting for how many years.
I understand
So
that.
That's what I mean. We have to be able to talk about this, because all of us are suffering this thing that is happening in Nigeria.
So one major thing I believe that the Igbos are demanding for is this political rights in Nigeria. Is that true?
Political rights? No, yes. We are not demanding for any political right. We are what we are demanding is justice. Just justice. It's not even political. The people who are demanding for political rights is the politicians. Let them keep demanding for it. The people you're demanding it for, they won't give it to you. You can never go to somebody and be demanding for your human rights. You take your human right. You insist on your human right. If you walk down the streets of Toronto and somebody says you cannot pass here, and you know that you are a citizen of Canada, you pay your taxes, you're not asking to be a counselor or all of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are asking for the basic thing first. You're like, why? I have a right to pass through here. And if the person says no, that is where there's a problem now. So forget about political rights, forget about all of those.
If Dr. Chidi, I'm confused here. You said the Biafrans are not demanding for political rights, they are not demanding for secession. What exactly are they demanding for? We can list it now so that people will understand why. What are the different? Go ahead.
Very, very simple. What we started by asking is simple. We have a proverb that says, Ewe belu ugo belu. Ewe belu ugo belu means let the kites perch on the same tree that the eagle is perching. But in case he be bena nkukwaya, amongst the bird and the eagle, whichever, just watch, listen carefully. Among the bird and the eagle, both of them should have equal rights to perch on the tree. However, whichever one says that the other one should not have a place to perch on that tree branch, let that one's wing be broken. If it is the Igbo man, let his wings, let whatever he's looking for, let him just, that's how my people pray. So what we're asking for is live and let live. Allow us to exist in our place, undisturbed. A situation whereby we are existing within our own region, and you are coming to take resources from our own region to go and develop your own place. Abba, it doesn't make sense now. A situation where we all will have a common purse but you will take money from that post to be developing your own area, and you will not develop our own area. It doesn't make sense now. So I am the reason why I'm breaking it down to basics is that so you understand. All these other ones are the bigger ones that we can talk about later. We were asking you before to accommodate us in your government. You did not listen. We asked you for positions, you did not listen. We asked for infrastructure, you did not listen. We are at a stage right now where we are saying we are no longer interested in that government because you cannot organize credible election. If you could organize credible election, we can participate in the election, we can become whatever. But right now, just give us our own independence. When we are within our own, let us take care of ourselves the way we want. Every mother's soup is sweet to the children. You don't like my mother's soup, leave her for me like that. I like her. That's what we are asking for. Just let us be. Is it too hard to ask? Just let us be. Don't come and be killing us. Don't come and be raping us. Allow us to develop at our own pace.
Okay, Dr. Chidi, let me clarify one thing. You know, I've been doing this, I've been following Nigerian.
I have like 5 minutes to get to another show.
Sorry. So, yeah, I have one question to clarify our discussion today. I understand the pains and grievances of the Igbos because of what happened in the past and how they are being marginalized. They want independence. When you say independence, where there is this idea that we have been advocating for federalism in Nigeria. Federalism has to do with the devolution of power to states to manage their own resources, manage the internal affairs, and implement laws in their various states. So there is another one, independence, secession, which means independence, they will have their own country, Biafra land. So which one are you referring to right now? Is it this idea of federation, federalization in Nigeria, decentralization, I would say decentralization, that power will be given to states to manage their internal affairs. So which one are you referring to right now? The Biafrans.
For convenience, let me choose your word, session. That is what is close to what we're asking for. Because in the government that you have in Nigeria, you will never get all of these things you're asking for. Federalism would have been okay, but we tried it before. But it will not. Before, Biafrans were asking for restructuring. Do you remember? Nnamdi Kanu did not get up and start agitating the way he's agitating now. He never did. Nnamdi Kanu carried Nigerian flag and was protesting in London. Don't you know? You see, when people hate you, they give you a bad name to hang you. Nobody wants to remember that Nnamdi Kanu, like every other, the people you're talking to, they have cotton wool in their ear. They don't want to listen. So you cannot be negotiating with them. They are not willing to listen. So but right now, you cannot be going back to that. That's why Shore and we in the Revolution Now movement are asking for complete revolution. We need to start ahead. We need to start
restructure the country. Yes.
The structure cannot even work anymore. Where are you going to? Which government will be in place to do the restructuring? Tell me. That's what you don't understand. Is it not Buhari's government? Remember, they even started doing constitutional review when they saw that problem was coming. Maybe they ran and did constitutional review. What became of that constitutional review? I told people that was just a charade. It was just a sheer joke. When NSAS came, what did they do? Didn't they go and set up panel? What became of that panel? Which panel have they ever set up in Nigeria that came up with something? Didn't they do constitutional conference? Even when Jonathan was president, Jonathan was not even president. He was not in charge. It was the cabal that was in charge. Anyway, I don't even want to go there because Jonathan was in charge at the time and he messed up. So let me not even hold brief for him. And remember, Nepe, that the powers that be in Nigeria, they don't think that the Igbo man I know other tribes have said, oh no, it doesn't concern them. Fine, let me speak for the Igbo man. They don't see us as anything. They don't think that we are deserving of that president seat. I'm telling you, the Northern Caliphate. I don't like to say Northerners because
that's what I said earlier, Dr. Chidi. You said
no. I'm making reference to that. No, that was before. No, never. Something brought us to where we are right now. We have passed that bridge. No, I'm just trying to make reference that in the past they never considered us worthy of holding that position of president.
Yes.
We were only good enough to be, if any Northern leader wants to talk, they say, I even made him my presidential candidate. I made him my running mate. I made him my vice presidential candidate. His secretary, my secretary is Igbo. My driver is Igbo. That's how Buhari shows that Igbo people are important. How many times have they brought out an Igbo presidential candidate? Jonathan came there by chance.
By chance, yes. Because chance, yes. We all know that. We know.
They even want us to now begin to talk about Edo people. How they see you. Oh, are you trying to tell me that they see Edo people as powerful? We love Edo people. They don't respect you.
No,
It's anything.
Yeah. That is what I've been saying, and some people are also, agitating for this right for the Igbos, or it is time for an Igbo president to strive in Nigeria. That one is
work. It will not work. It will not work with this. You interviewed me as governorship candidate, so you know I should know a little bit about Nigerian politics.
Yeah,
it will not in this system. You will in this system you have in Nigeria right now. Forget about it. This system is not fixable. It is, you have to collapse it and start all over again. Now, I really need to go.
This was so interesting. Dr. Chidi, we have discussed so much today. Thank you so much for the interview. Thanks. There are a lot of comments here, but when it comes to this arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, it's very controversial, and I understand.
Take one or two comments. Let's take the hardest one. So people don't. Yeah.
Okay. You are calling Midwest Biafra. You are doing the same to minority tribes. What does that mean again? You people have 15 senators in your small landscape. Okay, let me quickly see the one that is important here. Nnamdi Kanu and his Biafra criminal group should stay away from Edo, especially the Benin. Okay, I've already asked Dr. Chidi that question, so we are not expecting him to be perfect like what we concluded. The only concern I have with Kanu is he does not like any other tribe except Igbo. I pray he comes very soon. So that one,
that would be very, very wrong of this person. What I will tell this person is to go back and look what Nnamdi Kanu did that people don't understand. Look at the relationship he has with Yoruba people today. What Nnamdi Kanu was doing, he was so frustrated. And he was saying that, why do you people sit and watch what is going on? He said, Yoruba people, you are cowards. He kept on saying that you're coward. Why? Because you people are powerful, you people are organized, and yet you will allow a Fulani headsman to travel all the way from Sokoto, come down to Yoruba land, make your leaders Muslim leaders, and yet not Muslim, but install emirs in your land and bring that. Nnamdi Kanu predicted that very soon they'll be raping your people in your forest. Did it not happen?
Yes, it happened.
Did it not happen? So if somebody was angry, if somebody looks at me and he says, Chidi, you're a very, very stupid man. Will you get away from that car before that car hits you? Will I say because he talked to me in a way I didn't like, I will stand there? Do you remember when we were kids in Nigeria? Do you know how elders used to scold you when they want to pull you away from danger? He said, you stupid, will you get away from there before that dog bites you? You're foolish. Will you get away from there? Look at something is trying to happen to you. You just stand there like Mumu, like you. They love us. It doesn't mean your father hates you. It doesn't mean your uncle that spoke to you like that hates you. But he is so frustrated that you are seeing danger and you're not doing anything about it. So in order for him to make, because there's no more time, because he needed to do something drastic, he did it, and guess what? He got your attention. Because first, the answer to the thing is that we have Ipob today, we have Yoruba Nation today, we have every Nigeria has woken up. The same person in the Canada that they said that hates them, that was talking hard to them. Today, all the tribes. So why would you now come and say that he hates you? He doesn't hate you. It was just. You may not like his method, but his method woke everybody up. What that is called in psychology is shock therapy. Sometimes people need a shock therapy to wake up.
Yeah, we all have different way of communicating. So that was his own method of conveying his message to the public. I understand that. I met him before one-on-one. I saw him. He's a tough guy. I understand that. So yeah, all the questions are pretty much about what I asked you about Edo Midwest. So almost all of them. So the only difference.
I don't hear you anymore. I don't know what happened.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Someone tried to call in and they cut your volume off. It's okay. We're already rounding off.
Yes, I said that the questions here, the comments are all about the Midwest region. The questions I've already asked you. We have discussed more in detail about this Midwest region and the map. That is the same thing that people are saying here. So we have already discussed about that. And one other question, Dr. Chidi, before you leave, what happened? How come Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya? Was it not Kenya where they said he was arrested and brought to Nigeria? What happened? What led to his arrest?
2 days ago, I was in a program, was in a show, and they were discussing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was where he was arrested, the circumstances. I just said, I'm not someone who likes to speculate. His lawyer was going to meet with him, and I said, let us stop speculating. Immediately his lawyer meets with him, we will know the truth. And truly, his lawyer met with him, and Nnamdi Kanu, from his own mouth, said, I was arrested in Kenya. At least he's intelligent enough to know that he was arrested in Kenya. So if he was abducted, kidnapped, arrested in Kenya, that is what we know for now. We don't know what led to that. I am thinking that they will talk about it in court. Every other thing will be speculation. We don't expect to know the truth from the same Nigerian government who lied about where he was arrested or abducted in the first place. Kenyan government, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer met with him, Kenya came and denied that he was arrested in their place. So this, you have to understand, this is more complicated than what people, if the country where they arrested somebody said that they were not involved, it was not in their country. The person they arrested said, this is where they arrested me. Let's just wait for the whole story to develop.
It's always like that among the Nigerian community. Something happened like this and you see speculation. It's hard to know which one is the real story. So let's just be watching I hope they will televise the hearings, right? They will televise it so that all of us will watch.
I don't know. Whatever they decide to do, we are watching. And they won't get away from you see, our people have a proverb. I'll leave you with this last proverb. I'm a chief, so I have to keep telling you proverbs.
So the Igbos have many proverbs like this. Chino Achebe, his books is always about proverbs. And you too, I think you have to write the modern book with proverbs.
Proverb is the oil that elders used to eat yam. Okay.
Oh, Dr. Chidi.
So
Oh.
people say that
Uh,
when you take something that belongs to a child, like this water now, it belongs to a child, and you raise it up, hold it up so high, so that that child will not collect that water. You know what will happen one day? As you take hold at your hand up, one day your hand will begin to pain you. That day you will bring it down eventually. So don't worry.
Okay, Dr. Chidi, thank you so much. I know that you have been doing a lot. I'm wondering if you are even sleeping. You are always busy, from here to another Nigeria. You are very concerned about matters affecting that country, Nigeria. So, what about Shawore? That one is another big topic about Shawore case. Hello, can you hear me?
Showere's case. What did you say about
Yes.
Showere's case? I
I
really
said
can't hear.
that one is another big topic. We can't discuss that one today.
Okay,
About
Showere's
Shawore.
case. No. Showore too. You see, that's the thing people don't understand. Showore had a case in court the day they brought Nnamdi Kanu. Serious case. His own case. He abandoned that case and he ran to the court where they were bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he was there. Said he was there to insist and to make sure that they give him fair hearing. And since that day, Showore had turned to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's agitator, talking about him, doing videos about him, insisting that we talk about him. So that's Showore, because injustice to one is injustice to every person. So even though Showore has his own case, he is the one giving advice because he is seeing somebody else being treated exactly the way he was treated. So Showore is fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for justice. That's what he may not agree 100% with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's methods. He's not a member of IPOB, but make no mistake about it. You cannot, under any guise, you cannot, under any excuse, treat somebody with injustice. No way. It's not acceptable.
Before we end this program, one thing I would like to say, Dr. Chidi, the irony of the situation of Nigeria right now is that those who are committing the atrocity, those who are killing, instant killings going on in the country, those who are responsible for this trouble in the country are not being prosecuted. Instead, we are seeing somebody like Showore, who was protesting peacefully in Nigeria. We can see person like Nnamdi Kanu, who is fed up of the system of Nigeria, who is agitating for freedom for his people. We see journalists being arrested. Those who are just freedom fighters, peaceful protests. Look at the NSAS protest. What happened? The government sends army, military to open fire on innocent protesters, legitimate protesters. So we can see that those who are just protesting, peaceful protests, are being prosecuted. But the main people, the Boko Haram, the bandits, the militants, the Fulani herdsmen, we haven't seen any of them being prosecuted. Instead, what we see in Nigeria right now is proposing foreign education for Boko Haram members. You understand? Compensation dialoguing with Boko Haram and bandits in northern region. So it's so ironic to many of us watching from the West that the Nigerian government is putting more emphasis on those freedom fighters who are protesting peacefully in the country, while the people, the major people who are constituting nuisances and trouble, killing innocent people in the country, are not being prosecuted. Instead, they are being compensated and dialogue with. So it's so ironic to me. That is what I have to say before we end this program today. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Chidi.
Thank you, Nakwe. It's a pleasure having me.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Okay.
So thank you all for watching today. Thank you. There are a lot of people still watching. Maybe they still want us to say bet. It's enough. You can go back and watch it from the beginning again. Dr. Chidi, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Nakwe.
Yeah, bye.